When you begin to treat water as a commodity, where the price of the water is dependent on supply and demand, you end up with corporate control of all of our drinking water.
I mean, think about it right now. The cost of bottled water is more than the cost of gasoline. When you consider that, you see that water is really the next empire. Water is a basic human right. It's necessary for the survival of life on the planet. When you start commodifying the necessities of life in such a way as to make it more difficult for people to gain access to those necessities, you have the basis for serious political instability.
Pump millions of gallons of water from the earth, bottle it, ship it, and sell it back for 1,900 times the cost of tap water.
It's bad for the environment, it's bad for public water systems, and it's bad for taxpayers.
Community.
Crisp. Fresh. Drink?
Bottled water is the greatest advertising and marketing trick of all time.
Drink, drink, drink.
We started buying bottled water in a serious way starting at the end of the 70s. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars telling us to drink more water.
Drink more water.
That it would make us thinner and more beautiful. They associated their products with celebrities, athletes, and models. And we drank it up, and to the point where it became an $11.5 billion business in 2007.
Typically perceive a difference in taste.
I can tell the difference in many bottled waters, just as I can tell the difference between tap water and other beverages.
You can.
Absolutely.
You know, you're under oath, but you're...
Absolutely.
You know, we'll give you,
I say that with...
We'll give your tongue an exemption now.
We tried something that is actually affordable, that is convenient, that is refreshing, that is pure.
They used words pure, which implied that tap water was impure somehow.
Pure, pure water. Pure, pure water. Pure, pure refreshing water.
Well, we're a very safe product. Safe. It is safe. I think bottled water is a safe, healthy, convenient product.
Basically, these companies are taking our water and selling it back to us for a profit, and we think that we're getting something great in return.
That doesn't really seem like you're getting your money's worth if you're simply paying a very high premium to get what you could be getting out of your tap.
It's basically your tap water. You're buying water that could come out of your tap and paying 1,000 times the price for it.
In an independent test of bottled water, we sent 7 brands to 2 separate labs. One to Test America, and the other to Dr. Michael Summer, an environmental chemist. Then, to ensure there'd be no bias, Dr. King, an epidemiologist and toxicologist with Toxicology Inc., analyzed the results.
If you were to look at all the data I brought and you read everything, you'd be horrified. Horrified at what they found from, vinyl chloride to butadiene to styrene, benzene. I mean, it's horrifying.
The first group of bottles were tested straight off the shelves.
Test America found in their analysis of the samples toluene. Toluene is a constituent in gasoline and it has been used in paint thinners. It's a neurotoxic agent and is also linked to adverse reproductive outcomes.
The second group was left in the trunk of a car for 1 week.
Dr. Michael Summer tested some water samples from 5 different bottles and identified styrene in one of the samples. Styrene is a cancer-causing agent and can cause adverse reproductive effects. Dr. Summer also found 3 different types of phthalates. Phthalates can cause dysfunction, particularly in the fetus, and can cause adverse reproductive outcomes for males and females.
It really concerns me when I see mothers blindly trusting bottled water and handing their children bottles of water, putting their complete trust in a product without so much as questioning, what am I giving my child? Yet we're putting so much faith in this industry that's completely self-regulated and that hasn't been held accountable by anyone. It's frightening.
While single-serve bottles of water are made of PET, 5-gallon water jugs are made of polycarbonate plastic, the primary ingredient being the controversial bisphenol A.
Bisphenol A is the building block molecule that plastic that is hard and clear is made out of.
And from this polycarbonate plastic, bisphenol A leaches, gets into the water.
Bisphenol A may be one of the most potent toxic chemicals known to man.